Hi, so welcome to the live stream this morning. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will give messages according to who listens to this. Yeah, so just before we start, just to mention, I do have one-to-one appointments on my website, on the Archangel Raphael site, for next week. Also, through that, you can join the shamanic protocol or have a 5 minute or monthly transmission. Also, the fundraiser for Gaza is still running. And I have four different offerings for that. So that's the oneness transmission about optimizing physical wellness, then one for emotional wellness and one for mental wellness. So you can join that via the Archangel Raphael site. If you're not sure which transmission you most need, you can just join the fundraiser, send a donation to Ahmed, and just message me and I'll tune in to Raphael, and then do the most appropriate one, the one of greatest need for you. So yeah, so that's all through the website. And the groups can be joined via the gen.net site. So we've got audios as well on that. And we've always got new audios coming out. And also we've got past groups as well as the present groups that can be joined. And also there's a library of messages as well. So if you ever wanted to look through that, you can just go and yeah, have a look. So yes, I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm. I would like you to know that what I'm seeing at the moment is that there is a lot going on many levels, a lot that is clearing, a lot that is rearranging, and it is really important to stay connected to yourselves because through this you are able to navigate the changes. But when you are too involved with the earth, doing things which are active, it takes your attention away from your inner landscape, and then things can escalate on the earth plane. So you may find yourself feeling at times a bit in need, like you have things going on you can't quite get to the bottom of. And what I will say to those of you who feel like this is don't try to solve all your own problems. Sometimes what happens is that you are simply able to acknowledge something that you experience inside yourself, and then you will find the right answers come to you. So there are many ways that you are able to be assisted on the earth plane. So sometimes by acknowledging something, then you are automatically met in the right way, in the right form for you. I also would like to share with you that those of you who are perhaps struggling financially, perhaps feel that you have a lot going on inside, a lot of problems, but perhaps you feel that you don't have the financial resources to actually do the things you would like to get well. For example, you may be experiencing a lot of physical pain or emotional pain, and perhaps have a sense that it would be helpful to have a certain type of treatment or something else, but you simply cannot afford it. My message to you is to remember that the universe is able to meet your needs according to your circumstances. So when you are perhaps feeling inside that you don't have any money to spend on anything, then you will be brought what you need in a different way. So remember that it is always like this, that the universe accommodates your circumstances. So it is really good for those of you who are really struggling, but also struggling financially, to know this, that you will be met in the right way. And sometimes this may be in ways that you really do not expect at all. Also, it is important to remember that when you are very much in your higher self, you automatically are guided to the right people for you, the right therapists, the right help, the right type of environment that suits you, perhaps the right place to live as well. So it is good to go within and see what you are guided to do. And the reason I'm giving this message is because when you are living in a way where you are able to know that regardless of your circumstances, needs are able to be met, it takes away a lot of anxiety and also a sense in you that you are not able to access some things, because some things that exist in the world, they are not able to be accessed by many people, perhaps because of what is charged to receive those things, perhaps for other reasons, reasons which are perhaps more to do with the particular services only really being accessible to certain people who perhaps live in a certain place, area. But for this reason, it is good for you to know that it is okay to be where you are, that you don't need more of anything to have your needs met. So it is a reminder about this. I also would like you to know that I am working very hard with therapists, practitioners at the moment, to really help them find the right people who they are able to help optimally. I have really been working very hard on this because what I would like each and every person on earth to find is the right people for them. I would like people to be able to collide with the right people who are a perfect match for them. Because what I have actually seen is that there are many types of people on earth who have so many different needs, which are very much about their lives, what they have experienced, their needs which are perhaps not necessarily acknowledged by everyone. And because of this, I have actually worked very much with therapists to help them go deeper and deeper into things so that they have a lot of expertise on particular areas. So, for everything that you may have experienced in life, there will be someone who can help you. There will be help for you. So, I am really helping this to happen. And when the right people meet, what happens is that there is an expansion generally in the world of positive energy. So, this is what I'm working on. And as a result, what I'm also doing is telling you who is not right for you, telling you that if something feels a bit like it is not quite meeting you on a deeper level, I am saying to you, don't worry, simply let go, because the exact match will come into your life. And it is also important to know that as a result, what will also happen is that there will be a lot more joy in actually doing work with people, those of you who are therapists and healers, that you will feel a lot more joy and satisfaction. You will feel a more of a sense that you are really able to have an impact on life, but also a sense of general joy and pleasure in the work you do. And this is what I'm also working on. So, those of you who are really meant to be doing healing work are able to really feel great satisfaction here, instead of having a feeling inside that perhaps something is not quite working, something is even perhaps not going well at all, or even a sense inside that perhaps you are not being fully appreciated by people, or perhaps even seen as someone you are not. that all these things need to clear away now for all of you. These issues, perhaps, that have come about because you have not been working with the right people, that there is a lack of compatibility, or something simply did not match in intention. But it is good for you to know that this is all being corrected for every single one of you. And it will also mean that whatever has been before will also be cleared away very fast now. Because when people collide with the right people for them, what happens is that all the things which have not been right get sorted out really fast. It gets cleared really fast for everyone. So that is what I see. I also would like you to know that working very deeply on yourselves is really important at this time. It is important for everyone. It is not simply about being able to function on earth anymore. Getting yourselves to a level where you are functioning as earthly beings, able to perhaps hold down a job, make a living, create a life for yourself that is earthly. It is more than this, that these times are all about awakening on a deeper level. They are about moving beyond the physical 3D reality. They are really about going deep, solving problems on the inside, which perhaps have been there for lifetimes. So it is no longer about managing inner turmoil, problems. It is no longer about managing anger, tension in the body. It is really a new time now, that the old age was about learning to manage problems. It was about learning tools, techniques to create more harmony in your everyday life so you were able to keep going forwards. It was a time where people really became good at managing their problems, and as a result, people were able to actually create lives for themselves. Not all people, but many people. But now is a time for actually solving those problems, no longer managing anything, becoming whole from within. And as a result, you are being all guided to go much deeper. And this does take time. It also takes a certain amount of patience to know that actually it may be at times you feel like you are not making much progress, but this is part of the journey, to allow yourself time for things to transform in their own way. And as a result, you may start feeling at times your 3D life does not move forwards as fast. Perhaps things don't happen as quickly, but that is because you are no longer managing your pain body, you are transforming it, which is a longer, deeper process. So I am saying to you all, be patient and don't get frustrated if your 3D life doesn't look as magnificent as you would expect it to look based on the inner work you do. Because it is all about first allowing the deeper transformation to occur. And then your 3D life will actually take off at the right time, but in the right way, without attachment to anything. So again, I am saying to all of you, focus on your inner landscape. Focus on how you are feeling inside, what you experience on a deeper level. And don't go into a mode where you are trying to make things happen on the outside. Stay focused on the inside and all will be well. I also would like you to know that there is never really going to be a massive difference between people who are working in the light and those who are working in ways which are more about staying grounded on the earth and transforming their lives in this way. That the focus is always on transformation. So it is not that there will be a massive discrepancy anymore between people who transform their lives through physical processes by actually going through the hard work, so to speak, of perhaps having experiences which are difficult, transforming them in earthly ways by perhaps then going through an earthly process of some kind. And those who do it by going within into the light of oneness, that ultimately you will end up in the same place. And what will happen is that your paths will collide. And the reason I'm saying this now is because some of you have really been working hard with the light to go very deep inside, to transform energy, clear older lives away, older experiences, transform beliefs, clear away negative attachments and negative types of behavior within. And others have been working in another way, but their focus too has been on transforming energy. And what I will say is that it is a different type of person who does this, but there is a place where you meet, which is that you would like life to improve for everyone. You want things to get better. And some people have been working very hard on the earth to make this happen. And you will find that you will be able to meet in the middle and you will find ways to collaborate as well. That is what I see. So, what I'm trying to share is this is also a time where light workers and people who work in earthly ways, but for the benefit of the whole, will be able to come together, share what you have, and make life better for everyone. So, again, I would like you to be able to go a bit deeper at this time, to even let go of attachments when it comes to believing you are a certain type of person who, therefore, is going to always be in a certain type of energy when it comes to the world. And know that at this time, things can actually change. So, this message is not for all of you. It is for those of you who are, in one way or another, going to be a part of the world in a bigger way. Perhaps those of you who are spokespeople, those of you who have a purpose that is far beyond simply being in the light and working on yourselves to be whole in all ways and helping others to do the same, that some of you here have a purpose that is actually very grounded as well, to do something on a really grounded level of life. So you may find yourself actually coming together with people who are more earthly and really working together in a team and doing good work together. So it is a reminder about being open, seeing what happens, and don't get too attached to your inner identity as a light worker, because you are able in this lifetime to be a bit of everything, to be someone who is really very much on the earth, bringing in a lot of light, doing things that you would not expect yourself to be doing. And again, it is a reminder that these are times that require different things from all of you, that it is not about doing one thing or another. You can be flexible, actually. And I will even say that some light workers may actually end up in arenas which are much more about the sorts of things which traditionally have been considered as very worldly, very much the opposite of being in the light. But because the light needs to come into every area of life now, you may find yourself actually guided to do things really you would have not ever seen yourself doing. So it is good for you to know this. I have one more message to give you, And that is, it is really good at this time to also remember that these are really interesting times because there are so many different people on earth at the moment who are all of the light. And what I mean by this is that at this time in life, many different types of beings of light have incarnated, ones you have not seen before, or certainly not for a long time. People who come in and have very interesting energies, vibrations, things that perhaps are so unusual that when you meet them, it is like entering a completely new type of energy field entirely. And this is a very interesting time because what is also possible is for beings who have very unusual energies to be able to share it with many people in the world through social media, through actually doing things that reach many people. And because of this, people are really changing a lot. They are changing their idea about life, about what is normal as well. And because of this, there is actually a lot of room for people to be very authentic, very true to themselves, without appearing unusual in any way. Because people are getting used to many frequencies now. And this is a very good energy, actually, to have on earth. So, what I would like to share with all of you is don't be afraid of your uniqueness because for everything about you that is very unusual, unique, there will be a lot more people on earth who are like this too and who have their own uniqueness that is very much their own type of energy signature that is very different to other people. So remember this to celebrate your differences. Be yourself. Really don't try to cover up your uniqueness. And even if you feel that how you are is a bit in one way or another strange on some level, it is okay. As long as it is who you are, your authentic self, you will find the right people for you. You will find your place in life. So, this is to encourage those of you who feel a bit like you don't fit in, like you never have, like you don't really have a place in life, a sense of being different inside, a sense of having things inside you that are a bit peculiar, actually, when it comes to mainstream life. That it is a time these things can come out from within you and be celebrated. And because of this, you may even feel a bit like you are able to actually create things at this time which you have wanted to for a long time. So it is good for all of you to know this. I have no more to say, and what I would like to say briefly is that the week ahead is a good one, but it is not without problems because there are many energies around at the moment, some of which are really positive, but not all of them are. There may be energies that you pick up on which are a bit negative at times, which come in from people, places, because people are going through a lot. And some people are not really feeling so well inside. They are perhaps feeling a bit heavy or a bit like their lives are not going so well. And this creates feelings inside them of wanting to be doing better, dissatisfaction, perhaps even envy, jealousy towards others. So, what I will say is look after yourself well, look after your energy. Know that people are going through a lot, and people perhaps who have been successful in the past may be struggling at this time because life is really requiring them to go deeper within, and this is perhaps not so easy for them. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. And yes, wishing you a really good weekend and a good week ahead, and much love to all of you.